There we go. We are recording. We are live on Facebook. Hello, everybody. Janet Legere here with CLB Learning. I am just a little bit excited about our call today, and our special guest, Vicki, is a little bit nervous about our call today. That's so that, we even out. Isn't that great? I'll try not to be over the top excited, and we're going to boost her up because she has nothing to be nervous about. We're going to have a great call today. I'm really excited about it because we're going to be talking about your daily action plan. And we met last week, Vicki and I, and it was just us on the call. So we had a little bit of one-on-one, and I challenged her to follow through and create her daily action plan. And so that's what we're going to be talking about today. We're going to talk about what your daily action plan is, why you need one. We're going to talk a bit about that. And then we're going to get into the meat of this class called the resolution success system. That's kind of backwards, isn't it? Well, that's all right.
It looked fine.
Yep, I did send you guys all the link to download the report. It is in the back office of CLB Learning. If you haven't already downloaded it, please do download it, read it. We're not going to read through the whole report. It's only 14 pages and there's not a lot of writing. That's what I like about it. I'm kind of like, short and to the point kind of girl. And I kind of feel that that's what this is like. This report is just short and to the point, tells you what you need to know to get it done. Getting it done is what's important. So what the heck is a daily action plan? Do you need to have one? Well, the second answer to that one is absolutely you need to have one because it's going to help propel you where you want to go. It doesn't mean you're not going to get where you want to go without one because most people, they get somewhere in a day-to-day basis and they're not all using an active daily action plan or a daily checklist. But what's going to happen when you start using it, and what Vicki's going to find out as she implements she did this week, magic starts happening. Things start multiplying and you start seeing the results of your efforts. So daily action plan is really a list of activities that are going to move you towards your goal. I'll talk about goals. Do y'all have a goal? We're going to talk about that in the resolution success system, about how to set a goal. We're going to help you set a simple goal that you can achieve in the next 30 days. It's a check-in to make sure that you're actually getting things done. It's really easy for the day to get away on us, isn't it? If I didn't have a checklist now, I've been doing this for many, 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 many years. I met Devlin Steele back in 2001, and he totally changed my life, and it has become a way of my life. So I may not physically, have my book out and write out down everything that I need to do, but everything I need to do is right here in my head because it's the things that I do every day. So I always know those. But I still use my checklist. I still write down those things that I can't forget, or there's new things coming up or things that I need to take care of. I put on my list every day. And it's the first place I look when I've got time for my business. I mean, I don't know about all you guys. I'm kind of retired, enjoying life. I don't spend 24 hours a day here at my computer. I don't even spend 12 hours a day. I like to spend a couple hours a day. Okay, you might think that's crazy, but I'm at the point that's all I really need to spend here because when I'm here, I'm doing very action-oriented activities that are moving things in where I want them to go. Now, I also know if I want things to grow more or grow faster, all I need to do is a little more of what I'm doing. That's it. I don't need to pull magic strings or change anything. I just need to do more of what I'm doing. Does that make sense to you guys? That's provided what you're doing works and is bringing you results. So that's something else we're going to talk about because knowing what your results are is very important. That comes with tracking and what have you, but just knowing that what you're doing is working is important. If it's not working, something has to change, right? You know what they say about doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results? It's a little bit of craziness. So you need to have a daily action plan. We're going to teach you today how to get that started. And my hope is that those that are listening to the call, whether you're on Facebook or whether you're watching the replay or you're live with us right now, that you're going to take this seriously and really delve in and play along with us. I mean, what's the worst that can happen if you play along with us? you might achieve a goal. Imagine that. So we're going to talk about your master checklist. All right. You need, because that's what a daily action plan is. It's a list of activities that you can pull from to do when you have time for your business. Does that make sense to you guys? Right? It's a list of activities. You're going to make this long list. There's no, we have a list of 20 activities we talk about in the resolution success guide. It doesn't mean you're limited to 20, but you do want to make sure you at least have 20. And that was hard to do, wasn't it, Vicki?
Yes,
Did you?
it was.
It's hard to get that 20 things down. You guys probably like, that's easy to do. No, it's not. All right. Um, so the resolution success system, we're going to talk about that now. Where is my resolution success system? I love this little report. It is pretty cool. It is in the back office of CLB Learning in the download section. It is available to everyone. And in the report, so as I said, there's not very many pages. It talks about the purpose of the resolution success system. And I'm not going to read it over because the whole point of this is to give you a call to action, right? I
Mhm.
want you to take the responsibility to download this report and read through this, because Devlin is just an awesome guy and his words are very powerful and very short. And it doesn't take him a lot to say things that really kind of go, oh, okay, yeah, that sounds simple, right? So read through it. It talks about why things don't work, why things haven't worked for you in the past, and how we're going to change that, right? 3 reasons you fail year after year. You don't have a system that works. Well, nowadays with the internet, there are so many systems out there. Seriously, you could go down a rabbit hole with systems, right? We like to stick here with what we teach you at CLB Learning. It's the fundamentals of creating a funnel, building your list, and focusing on that list. And that's really important. And so really everything we're talking here is about creating that list, getting that activity into that list, because that's where your money is. You know that, right? The money is in your list. It's in the people that sign up on your list, your subscribers. Those are the people you follow up with to be in your business. That part of marketing. There's also the social part of marketing. Those are different contacts. Those are different people you're going to reach out to and connect with, right? So they're a little different, but your list, man, that's gold, because it doesn't take much to reach that list every day. All right, the tools to life. Now, as you read this report, it talks a lot about the tools to life. I did the tools to life system twice, might have been 3 times. It is here, just gonna mute that. Pretty incredible system that's no longer available. It was free. Actually, when I first did it, it was a manual thing. Devlin would send me a report every month that was 50 pages that I would print off and read through and do the exercises. And I did that for 6 months. So imagine that's 300 pages is all condensed into this teeny weeny little report. So everything I learned in Tools to Life is right here in this little report. Now, having said that, in Tools to Life, it goes a lot into really retraining your brain and changing the way you think. That's important. We have to change the words that we say to ourselves, and the words that we say to others are so important. They really are. I have one of my mentors, one of my gals I worked with, her name was Jean. She was a coach, and one of the classes she taught was about the 5 words we should is one of them, never use, but, should, guess, maybe, try. Get rid of those words and you will be amazed what happens when you choose not to use those words. Instead of but, you use and. There are places where but works, but for the most part, it can be replaced with and makes it much more effective. And I don't know, it's the one that really stuck with me when she did that training on those 5 words, was the but, because but in essence negates anything you said before it. It's like when your kids get into things or your grandkids get into things. It's, I love you, but you say to your husband, I love you, but when you do this, when you say but, it negates that I love you. So I love you, and you know, you've done a great job here, but no, you've done a great job here. And we could change this. Do you see how that changes things? So one little word, if you could change that, everything changes. It's really important that we focus on the words that we use to talk about ourselves, to talk about other people, to talk about what's going on in the world. It's important to recognize what we're focusing on and change our focus. How does it make us feel? Does it make you feel happy when you focus on the news? Does it make you feel happy when you focus on problems? No. So don't focus there. Focus on things that make you feel good. Sounds simple, doesn't it? It is that simple. Step one in the resolution success system. I put all the steps here. We've got 10 easy steps. I did have a PowerPoint I could bring up, but I decided not to. Learn to use the system. That's what the resolution success system does. It has a whole little thing here, and you're going to write your name down and you're going to sign it, and you're going to say, I'm commit to doing this. You're going to commit to using the system. You're going to set your goals and you're going to pick one and get it done. We're going to read Vicki's in just a moment. So it's going to take you a bit to get your resolutions or to get your goal set to decide what it is you want to work on. And one of the things I've always suggested when we do this training, and it really depends where you are in the spectrum of online marketing, and I always just suggest that you use your subscribers as a goal. So how many subscribers do you want to add to your list this month? For those that have never really I know Vicki, you put a monetizing goal, which is fine. You've got lots of experience. You're just getting back into it. It's not going to take you much to make that happen. But for everybody else, that might not be a doable goal. Just say, well, I want to make an extra $1,000 a month. Because they got to start here, right? Because most of them probably aren't really focused on building that list, and so that's why I suggest that you make your goal that you're going to add so many subscribers to your list. It could be 100, it could be 500. Maybe you want to add 1,000 subscribers to your list this month. And to do that, and Vicki said, it's hard to work backwards, but that's where you start. If I want to make that, what do I have to do every day to get there? You really got to think that. So, and with me, subscribers makes it easy, right? So if I want 1,000 subscribers in a month, how many is that a day? That's, over 30 subscribers a day. That's quite a few, not undoable. But what do you need to do that? What things do you have to have set up? Different funnels, where you're going to advertise. And then from there, I mean, as we know, that's just the beginning. So you got to take that to the next level. If you're just getting subscribers, you got to turn those subscribers into active members in your business. That's where the money comes in. And so and I know that that, Vicki, that although your goal is $1,000 a month, the process to get there is really focused on getting subscribers, getting people into your business by getting them on your list, and then introducing them to who you are and what you do. That whole point of know, like, and trust. So the fourth step in this guide, and it is the most important one, is the rule of 20. And that's what we're going to be talking about a lot in this call today. After that, it's just once you've got that done, you've got your goal, you've got your list of activities, then you are just feeling good about it. Basically, just being proud of what you're doing. Now, I don't recommend that you go out there and tell the world what your goal is, that you go post it on Facebook, tell everybody what, you're going to get this goal in 30 days, because most of the people out there aren't going to believe you. They're not there to support you. Keep it to yourself. Nobody else needs to know that. I mean, you can share it with us in the group. That's fine. We're here to support you. We're 100% to support you. We're the people you want to share those goals with. But you really want to be careful, because there's a lot of naysayers out there. And the last thing we need is to build ourselves up, get excited about a goal. Because I know Vicki's excited, because this got her excited. um, but you start talking about out there, and people, they're like, oh, you'll never be able to do that. Oh, that's not going to work. Okay, you can't, and that starts feeding away at us, and that's not a healthy thing. All right. So we're going to talk about number 4, the rule of 20. And this is where you guys are all going to participate, I guess we're going to say. This is where I'm going to take a break, and I have my list here of activities that we can do on there. I'm going to go through. Vicki was kind enough to allow me to share her list. So she went through the resolution success system, read through it, filled out all the little blocks that it said to fill out, and what she did was create a text file with all her answers, and she agreed to let me share it. So, but before I'm going to do that, I'm going to bring Vicki up here and let her talk to us for a moment because I know she's really excited and can't wait to do that. But really, all I want to hear from you at this point, Vicki, was how it felt to do this. Like how, it's not something you've ever done before. This was all brand new, and I know it was quite challenging, and I applaud you for doing the whole thing. That's it. I get excited because I know what's coming when you do these things. But how did you feel going through it from beginning to end? What were some of your feelings as you were going through the resolution success system?
Well, I thought the entire booklet was really great. Really important information. I also like that they added quotes for each section and stuff too, so that it kept you motivated to keep going. Um, I felt excited because there's, you know, I because if I had just been through such an ordeal, it's like, okay, now I have a fresh start, a new lease on life, and I'm going to go back to the basics and I'm going to start from there. And so this is helping to motivate myself to take action on the things I've been wanting to do for a long time and actually get them done. And so it's exciting.
Oh, that's what I want to hear. I can see how excited you are, Vicky. I really can. You're just lighting up. I love it. And I'm really hoping everyone that's watching this call, like I said, whether you're live on Facebook or watching the replay, I hope you're going to get excited and follow through on this too, because it's really important. So I'm going to go into screen sharing and I'm going to bring up Vicky's file here. Okay. So let's get to the top of the page. So can everybody see that? Can you guys see the text on your screen? Yeah, okay. So she's put her name here. I mean, she really took this seriously, and that's really what excites me is when people don't just do it haphazardly. They put everything into it, and that's what Vicky's done here. So she's put her name here. Top 3 resolutions: earn an extra $1,000 a month, re-strengthen her back and core muscles. And I want to say this, Vicky, because I love how you incorporated that into everything. That working out and building your business can go hand in hand. Those aren't two goals you have to do separate. So way there, and buy a new house. And I know that by strengthening your body, making yourself healthy, and working on your goals here to get that extra income, that house isn't very far away. Now it says pick your top one, the one you really want the most, and write it down like this. And so she did. I commit myself to accomplishing this goal. I commit myself to earning $1,000 per month and continue to put health at forefront by working hard to rebuild my back and core muscles. I love how you incorporated that. It's such a great goal and so simple yet powerful and doable. Now it says take the top goal and rewrite the sentence like this. In the next 30 days, I commit that I will accomplish the following goal to earn $1,000 per month. That's her goal. Now comes the fun. Next part. First, write this goal down and then brainstorm at least 20 different actions that you can take right now to achieve it. Don't skip this step. Our tendency is to take shortcuts. So that's this rule of 20. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's step 4. And there's a list there, but you're going to need more room. And I need to warn you, as Vicky will tell you, this is not an easy exercise. Coming up with 20 activities that you can do to focus on that goal, to help you reach that goal, is not as easy as you might think it is. So let's go through some of Vicky's list. And as we do, I want you guys, as you're going through this, I want you all to think about what you might have on your list. What are some of the things that, or you could even suggest to Vicky that she could add to her list? What are some of the things you would add to your list? All right. I'm hoping to engage you guys after we go through Vicky's list. All right. So get ready. So number 1, daily action at CLB, TL2ICM, KYTM sites, GL, GBU, CTB. So those acronyms, those short forms, Vicky knows what those are. And that's what matters, right? So she's going to be focusing on her activities for those programs, doing the daily activities that she does for those programs. Now, I had say when you finish your list to go through it and kind of figure out how long each of those activities will take you. Some of these you will know because you do them all the time, but some of them you may not know how long they'll take. So what you want to do is set aside X amount of time. So if there's a bigger job that you know might take you an hour or two, well, that's something you want to schedule time for on a day that where when it's your quiet time and you can actually sit down and get that done. So here's another, make a list of all the sites I've currently have upgrades at. Well, that's a fairly simple thing to do and very powerful. And that's something that you would not do every day, but you're going to do on a regular basis because, and the other thing you might want to add to that, not only the sites you're upgraded at, but are you using them? Do they work? Because I found I really cut out a lot of the places I was advertising to because I wasn't getting any activity from those sites, traffic, but never any activity. And so I started focusing just on the programs that brought me results on a consistent basis, and it's really changed everything. And so that's part of what we're doing here. Break down upgraded sites by categories, mailers, TE, income builders. That's another good activity because what happens when you do that is that it allows you to be a little more focused. It's going to give you more time. That'll take time to do that, but once it's done, it's easy for you to go in there and use those resources. Make sure the upgraded sites are in, I'm not sure what KYTM is, but in there, in the downline builder, what is KYTM?
Keep your traffic moving. It's my 7 traffic exchange.
Oh, okay. Very cool. Check each upgraded sites to make sure advertising is current. Okay. Focus all advertising to all upgraded sites. So one thing you need to know is Vicki owns some sites out there for advertising and marketing. So you can see she's got a lot of administrative work to do, which creates income, believe it or not. Add all upgraded sites as resources on your websites. That's a great place to get generic traffic. Set up rotators in each of your sites with upgraded sites in each rotator. That's going to drive traffic. I love that. And I would assume in all of this, you're talking about advertising a lead capture page, right?
Absolutely.
Everybody,
The lead capture and
abs.
funnel. Yes.
Yeah, it's
Mhm.
all we
With the
advertise
lead
out there. Got to
with the
build your
lead
list.
magnet. Yeah.
Lead magnet, you bet. Set up social profile pages at each of your sites. Another great activity. Set up the 10 site recommended splash pages. Okay. Make a list which of the upgraded sites have rotators and social profile page and 10 recommended splash page. As so with all of those, it's all the setup, and then I suppose the maintenance would be to change those sites every once in a while, or check on the statistics because a lot of these, the setup, once you've got that set up, that it's just running. Is that right? And so from there, now you got to
Well,
start finding new activities.
there's a lot of people that are not aware that there's a lot of TEs out there that actually have rotators built into the sites
Okay.
and have what's called a recommended splash, which allows you to choose 10 sites that you want that you can put onto this page. Now, not only
Okay.
does it help advertise the TE, but it also helps advertise the sites you want to build people in.
Right.
Um, and so by taking the time to actually set it up, and then you don't want to put more than 5 in a rotator
Right.
ever, because of it's just too many credits that are not going to be used
Yeah.
effectively if you do more than that. Then if you take all of the social profiles that are available out there and you put 5 at a time in a rotator, then you advertise that rotator link, then that'll help you build more leads
Okay.
and referrals and hopefully signups. And so, um, and
Very
then
cool.
social profile page is amazing. A lot of them. It's like having a little mini blog of your own.
Right.
So those of you who don't really want to go and get a blog and do your own blog, then you can actually utilize these social profile pages, which will be seen within the TEs. So if you put them in the rotators, like 5, like I said, and then get them out there too, then, and it's got the RSS feeds and everything built all into it. It's just bringing more to you
More
and
traffic.
yourself at the same time.
That's cool. Very cool. Very, very cool. Set up a funnel. Where am I here? Set up a new schedule for consistent daily mailer posts. That's a great idea because I think sometimes we forget that we've got other mailers out there, and it's a good idea to even change our schedule. I have, again, my Google Calendar tells me when to do all my mailings. So I just love that thing. Update emails to send at each mailer. Again, yeah, it's a great idea to, change your emails, especially your subject line. The body of the email, not so much, but we really want to catch their attention with your subject line. And I find as I change that and add, one thing I found, and something you guys might want to try using when you're doing your mailings out there, is put your name in the subject line. Like I'll put from Janet Legere,
Hmm.
and I find I get lots of opens that way. Set up social media campaigns. Yeah, there we go. Using my AI. I love AI. I was talking to a friend of mine, talking a lot lately about AI, and it's interesting. Some people are, quite afraid of AI. And, Don and I were talking, like my friend yesterday I had lunch with. You either have to embrace it and understand it, or you're going to be left behind. And it's like technology, it's like computers. If you didn't stay on top of it, you you'd be lost. So I'm, there's good and bad in everything. I'm quite excited about AI. I see the benefits of it. I find it to be extremely helpful. And I'm that kind of person that thinks that's how most of the world will be. We'll find it very helpful, right?
Now,
Make
one note on AI, if that's okay. What I have found in utilizing AI is that a lot of people are misusing it, and then their posts are coming off fake and not their
Yeah,
self. Now, I have
exactly.
found a trick to that, and I do have a resource that I went to because I did research. You have to pick different descriptor selectors when you're training your AI, and you have to be honest with yourself and have it match
Yeah,
what you're most like. And if you take the time to do that and you add those codes into the training of the AI, then it will sound more like you. The more
right.
you input about yourself and be true to yourself, don't be fake or pretend to be something you're not. The
Yeah,
more true to yourself you are, the better off the results are going to be.
yeah. And that's so true. That's so true. But I mean, isn't that it's true in anything? When you're on social media, uh, anything you're doing on Facebook, when you're doing text messages, I always tell people be yourself. In your emails, be yourself. Because if you're not, people are going to read your posts and read your emails and think that's who you are. And then when they connect with you and you have conversations, they're going to wonder, what this is. It's not the same person. Oh, goodness gracious. But I love how you've done your goals here. Now you got to write out your affirmation and realize it, and I'm sure you did it. And the biggest step now is just to visualize that every day, just to visualize things happening, just see it, know that it's going to happen. The biggest part of all this is not being apprehensive, not being afraid, like, oh, what if I can't? It's just, what's going to happen. If I do these things, if I stay focused and I believe in myself. Do you believe in yourself, Vicki? Yeah.
Yes, I do.
Good. You got to believe in yourself. You really and truly do. So, Vicky basically took this page. There's a page inside the resolution. It's a blank page. You can take it and write it out. She basically printed it out. The same thing. Okay. And now it's just a matter of doing. You got to take that list and then do it. And here's where the tricky part comes in. And here's where I have a little bit of advice. And then we're going to talk about your ideas, everyone, about what's going to go on your list. So, creating your daily action plan. So, we've created a master list, and really, we could go on and on here. There could be many more things, and we'll talk about that. And I'm sure you all have more things we could add to list, things that you would add to your list. But you're not going to do all these things every day. Could you imagine getting up and looking at this, going, "Okay, I got to get all this done today"? I would just go back to
Just
bed.
set it.
Not going to happen. And so you want to create a daily action plan. And I recommend for your maximum use of time that at the end of your work day or at the end of your evening, whenever you're ready to shut down your computer, get your calendar out, have a look at your day tomorrow. You know what meetings you have, you know what your day looks like, and you know how much time you're going to have to invest in your business, to work on your goal, to do the activities that are on this list. And so what you're going to do is pick from that list the things that you can get done. And that's why I recommend that once you finish your master list, that you kind of put an estimate on how long you think it's going to take you to do that activity. It's like when I'm doing my viral mailers, when I'm sending my emails out, I know that it takes me about 10 to 15 minutes to send to all my mailers. So, that's a simple thing for me to do. If I'm going to do a blog post, it might take me half an hour to do a blog post. If I'm going to do some different social marketing, I might be online doing social marketing for half an hour, however much time I have to do what I want to do there, right? There's different things you can do on social media. You can list all those things on your list because those are all things that you can do in minutes, right? In minutes, you can go on social media on Facebook and make contact with a couple people. So when people say they don't have time, I challenge them. So once you've figured out kind of a timing on the activities you have, pick those activities you want to get done tomorrow, write them down on a list on your notebook. I like to do things with a pen and paper. So you write down the things you need to get done tomorrow. When you get up in the morning, look over your list because things may have changed. Maybe there was a new appointment came up. Maybe an appointment was canceled. Maybe a webinar was canceled. Maybe a new webinar has come up. So have a look at your activities. Yeah, you're good to go. You could add one more. I'm going to pick another one from my list and then you go. You pick from your list. Recommend you pick the thing that's going to take the longest or is the hardest and get it done. Get it off your list. The things you don't want to do the most, get them off your list. Check them off. As you get them done, check them off. Make sure they're done. There's nothing better than looking at all those check marks that you got those activities done. And then you're going to find that you don't get everything done because we always we're a little bit aggressive on how, I can get this done, no problem. You're going to have items that are left. You're going to have things on your list. I didn't get that done today. Oh, darn. Okay. I'll do it tomorrow. So that's what you're going to do. You're going to put that item on your list tomorrow. But I recommend that goes to the top of your list. You get that done first thing in the morning. Because what happens is you keep dropping things and you find you're dropping the same things every day and those things aren't getting done. So it's up to you to make them important. So it's either that activity is not important and you're never going to get it done, so just take it off your list, or move it to the top of the list and just get it done. Okay. It's probably something you just really don't want to do. Just get it done. Or
Yeah, hi, this is Louis Lave here.
What was
Mr.
that?
Call.
Somebody said something.
No, I don't get your message.
No, it's
missing.
maybe unmuted. It's not muted, Janet. I
Maybe.
think it's a phone call.
Oh, okay. All right. Now, one thing you got to be careful of, as I said, is that you're not always moving things forward, moving them forward, never getting them done. One of two things, get it done, get it off your list. All right. So download the resolution success system and get it done. I am going to be encouraging the group when I
Was I
post the
asked about the
replay up
membership? I
online.
don't really know that much.
Gotta mute whoever it is.
I'm trying to, I'm not sure. No, we'll see if that works. Where was I? That just totally distracted me.
Going
My
over your
apologies.
resolution list.
Yes, I want you guys to make sure I'm going to include the resolution success system, the link to it with the replay. I'll include it on the Facebook feed that's there too. I'll post it in the comments so that you have it. If you don't already have it, make sure you print it off. I'm going to come out of desktop sharing here, come back into the room, and everybody can unmute now. I'm going to ask you guys all to unmute so that you can come up and participate, because I would love your feedback. I would love to know what you would put on your list. What are some of the things that you would put on your list? Now, Vicki, you were saying that when you were done, even as we were talking earlier, that you had some things that came up on your mind that you would add to your list, right?
Well, one of them's going to be the interjection. A little bit more. I had added about set up social media, blah, blah, blah. But I was thinking that, I don't know in some of the groups that we're in mutually, how we're doing the finding 10 new friends per day.
Right.
And then we're also inviting 10 new friends. So
Right.
That's gonna be added to the list.
And those are all individual activities. So like you would each
Right.
add them individually, add those 10
Mhm.
lit people, because then you can put about, that's probably going to take 5 minutes,
And
right?
I already know that it's working because I've already had responses back just from the Everett's the last 3 days. So
Yeah,
it
that's what you said. So that's incredible, you know?
Mhm.
And that's the nice thing about that is that's almost like instant gratification because you get those responses fairly quickly, especially if you're picky about who you're, sending your invitations to. So anyone else have anything to add? How about you, Chris? I see you're unmuted. Anything to add to our list
Oh,
or
yeah, well, I haven't gotten as involved as Vicki has. Hi, Vicki. um, but I love that you put down and you brought up so many points on there too that I forget about. And I own or manage advertising
Yep.
sites also. And it was like light bulb moments for me is, getting out there and putting your resolutions down and actually the way you put it looks so simple, but I know from what you were saying, it was not simple, you know?
no, it isn't. I mean, it is simple. It just it gets challenging when you start having to figure out the 20 things you're going to do. But like I said, so I mean, one of the things, when you're doing on social media, break down the activities into those little activities because when you break them down to little activities, it doesn't seem as overwhelming. It doesn't feel like, oh my God, I can't, it's just too big a thing. But to go on and do 10 invitations on Facebook, it's pretty simple. That you just got to do that, to follow up with some people. I mean, these activities aren't hard. They're certainly not hard to write down, and that's the
They're
first step.
mostly time consuming.
They,
And I will get a better idea of the times because I am gonna go through each one of these and I'm gonna mark times so that
yeah,
we have a
as you
better
go through them,
idea of how.
you're gonna. That took about 10 minutes, and it may take a little longer, and it may take less. It depends. Everything's going to be different, but that's what makes it so cool because it's flexible. But it gets you started. Now you have something to work from. And for those of you that have sites that you manage, I mean, those are things that you need to do every day. And so you got to write those things down and that's you got to take care of that. There's the things that you need to do every day, and then there's the things that you want to do every day. So there's and some of them are not income producing activities. Some of your management, although I mean in the end they are when you're managing marketing websites, in the end those are going to be income producing programs for you. So those activities need to be done in order for those programs to keep working. But you need to find time every day to do other income producing activities like your social media marketing and email marketing and sending a broadcast to your leads, things like that, adding new emails to your list. What are some of the other things that I have on mine here? Um, following up with your new subscribers, we've talked about that, going into your autoresponder and going to the individuals who maybe haven't confirmed their email address and sending them a personal email on Gmail, and even picking 10 people that are on your list and sending them a personal email on Gmail. They're more likely to get it than they are the autoresponder email. Sending text messages to your leads. If they've left you a phone
Some of
number,
the
send
one interjection. Some of the you had a word you used just a minute ago.
not income
Actions that
producing
you take,
activities.
not income producing activities. Yes, that's it. But they're also very important in branding yourself and getting your name and getting your face out there and shown. So it's like networking. That is also mandatory.
Well, that's actually an income producing activity.
Okay.
Yeah, those things are like when you're out there getting yourself out there, that's bringing people to you. That's an income producing activity. That's,
Yes, because you're
getting,
adding value.
yeah,
Because you're
you're
adding
getting,
value to yourself. Yeah. Okay.
yep,
Good.
yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's because those things are what are people are going to come to you. Like they're going to attract people, especially if you're updating your profile on social media, that attracts people to you. The key is that you're doing the next step and following up with those people that are coming and liking your new things that you're doing on social media. That, I mean, that could take a long time. You could spend all your time doing your follow-up just on social media and never have to do email marketing. And you would build a huge business. We all find where we want to do our work. right? That's what's important. Recording a video, I noticed, I don't think that was on the list, but recording a short video. A lot of people are doing those, crazy little snippet videos. If you're going to do a short video, just make it a short video that you're saying something motivational, something, some tip you've learned, something that people are going to be interested in. You can also do funny videos too, but try to keep them a little mixture of both. Add friends, post on Instagram, Pinterest, those things. I've not been very active there, but people are. LinkedIn. There's things you can do. Adding new mailers, solo ads, doing Udemy solo ads, Twitter, or I think it's called X now or something. I haven't been active there either, but blog posts, blogging can be very effective if you're doing it regularly and you're getting it out there, right? You got to get the activity out there. But I recommend that you do it once in a while because it's a way to get people to your website and getting to know, like, and trust you, getting to know who you are. And although we did some training on how to use AI to create blog posts, like Vicki said, you want to make sure that you're training your AI to speak like you. It's an easy thing to do. There's training on how to do that. Messenger apps, if you're on Telegram, Facebook Messenger, Skype, whatever you're using to chat with people, chat with people. Go find 10 new people. You've all got 1 million people on your list. Go connect with them. These are all things you can do when you're sitting there, playing games on your phone or doing something that you don't need to be doing. You can be doing something that's going to produce income. All right. And then, as we said, when you are done doing what you're doing and you have all these leftover activities, you can move them forward to the next day and reprioritize. Just be careful that you're not doing that all the time. Okay. Anyone else have anything to add? This was a great call. Vicki, thank you so much for coming out of your comfort zone and coming up here live. You were amazing, and I love that you put everything you have into this exercise, and I'm excited to see where it's going to take you. So stick with it. It doesn't hurt to read through it again once in a while, just to get Devlin into your head and get those words into your head, get motivated and really understand about the whole process. And we're going to watch magic happen. And I'm excited for the rest of you to do the same thing. So I'll be connecting with you. We'll be talking about it more. I want to see what you guys are doing. Okay. Because you know what? That when you share in a group of like-minded people, that's when you can really make magic happen. So if there's nothing else, no questions, we're going to wrap this up for today, and we'll see you guys back
Hey,
here.
I just want to
Oh,
say,
oh my
you,
gosh,
you
Don
never
is
give
going to
me a
speak.
chance to pop in here, Jan. You
You
say
can
you're
pop in,
Done.
not saying, but you keep going.
pop in
So
anytime, my
anyhow,
dear.
I just wanted to make an analogy here because I noticed Chris Wood was out there gold panning. And really, when you think of gold panning, you gotta get your things in a row. You gotta decide what activities will get you out there so you can find your little piece of gold. So it's a lot like gold panning, everything you do in life, you gotta have I have Jan to say we're doing this today, and I go, yeah, okay, that works. But the idea is to, set up the steps you need to take in order to get to wherever you want to get to. Anyhow, that's my 2 cents worth. And
That
good
was
luck
more,
gold panning there, Chris.
Thank you, Don. It was fun, but yes, there's a lot of steps, and I think I got like a microgram of gold. It took a day of planning and panning, but I had results.
when
You
it's
just
the
don't go
same thing
out there and
online,
start
right?
swishing.
Mhm.
Yeah, exactly. You just don't go out there and start swishing stuff around and hope to get something. You got to have a plan behind it
Yeah.
and a system.
Yep. All right,
I
that's
like to
awesome.
say that it's a swift kick, Janet. You gave me a swift kick that I needed after being down for so long. I got that boot. You remember that boot?
Well, the truth is, Vicki, you were already partway up that hill. You just needed that little little extra edge. You're already doing all the things you need to be doing, and I think that this is just going to help you put it into a system that's going to work, so that you're not just here, there, and everywhere. And that's the challenge online, isn't it? Because there's so many things, we wear so many hats. You know, as many of us have gotten into programs on our own and what have you. So you got to manage that, and you got to still do your marketing, and you still got to do life, and so when you have a plan, when you have things written down, you don't have to, like, what am I going to do? Oh my God, I got to get all this done. You have a plan. It's there, and you're okay with it. And if you don't get it done, you know that, okay, it's okay. You know, we can stop beating ourselves up, and you can actually start seeing results because you're doing the things you need to be doing, and that's important. Because
It
it's
probably wouldn't hurt to also set up one of these even for personal, for the things that you have to do and the goals you want to meet in your personal. So I
well,
think that'd be really cool too.
there's nothing
Are you-
stopping you from using this for every single goal you want to create in your life, personal, professional, health goals. So the whole process of it, if you're working on your person and your personal, your health and what have you, it's all starting with your mind. You got to start thinking differently. That is something we can all work on, because the more we're thinking positively and changing our energy and feeling better, and when we do that, we start attracting more of what we want, right? Whereas when we're focused on what we don't have, we keep getting more of what we don't have. So we have to change what we're focused on. And that's what the resolution success system is going to help you guys do. So good luck with it. I'm looking forward to hearing from each of you this week how that's going. I'm going to give you guys a few days to get it done. And I'm going to be following up and saying, okay, did you get her done? Come on, who got that printed off? All right. You guys have a great rest of your day. You know where to find me if you need me. I'm always available to help you. Don't be shy, and have yourselves great rest of your day. Again, Vicki, thank you so much for being
Thank
here.
you.
Looking forward to more. Love you. Have a great day,
Love you
everyone.
Thank you. Bye. Thank you, Vicki.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Don.
You're all welcome.